As we know, feeling is the secret, just like Neville Goddard stated. But how do you create a feeling so powerful, the acceptance of the end, to where it leads you to your wish fulfilled, or it brings your wish fulfilled to you? So in this video, I'm going to teach you a very powerful method on creating a feeling state that I can almost guarantee will work for anyone, especially if you can't visualize and you don't want to affirm all day long. This is such a simple way to create a very powerful manifestation to come into fruition into your life. And I've used this method so many different times, and I've had so many different types of successful results from this. Just like a recent testimonial that I gave about a coin collection that I wanted to have, but I couldn't quite get it. I didn't quite have the liquid funds to purchase this coin collection right when I wanted it, but I started doing this exercise. I tried this exercise and I did it. And the person that was selling this coin collection actually gave it to me as a gift because I did this exercise. I didn't give him a penny for this coin collection. When I was doing this exercise, I was detached from the outcome. I already felt that it was mine. And through the law of thought transmission, these thoughts entered this person's mind and they just gave me this coin collection as a gift. So imagine yourself right now, a gift like that being given to you. Like you go and test drive your dream car, whether that's a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, a McLaren, a Bugatti, whatever this car is, a Rolls Royce, your dream car. It's $1 million car. You test drive this car. You want this car, but you can't afford it. But you use your imagination. You do this exercise, and then the dealership, they give it to you as a gift. They say, here are the keys. It's yours. This is your car. You can have it. We're giving it to you. And how would that make you feel? Or imagine your dream house, a $10 million house, a $100 million house in any country in the world. And imagine yourself walking into this house. You want this house, but you don't have the money for it. Use your imagination. You do this exercise. And then all of a sudden, the owners of this house are so rich. They have 100 of these houses and they like you so much because you're using your imagination, and through the law of thought transmission, you send these thought transmissions to these people that own this house. And all of a sudden they say, you want to know what? You can have the house. They're going to give it to you. And how do you feel? How would that make you feel? Just think about that. Just feel that right now. If you could use something, an exercise where someone would give you this kind of gift. And I'm here to tell you today that you may be telling yourself that this sort of thing can't happen to you, that you can't believe that this can happen to you, or you're doubting that this can happen to you. I'm here to tell you that it doesn't matter whether you believe it, that it can happen to you. It doesn't matter whether you believe it can happen to you. It doesn't matter if you doubt it the entire way. If you're doing the work, if you're actually doing the work, you can doubt it the entire process and it doesn't matter. And I can tell you that from experience. I have doubted 80% of every manifestation that's ever come into my life. I believed that it wasn't going to happen. I doubted it the entire way, but I did the work and it still happened. I still went to sleep feeling it. I still went to sleep asking myself questions, creating a feeling state, and doing the work every single night and throughout the day at different intervals throughout the day. And as I did that, it was drawn to me. It was attracted to me, and it didn't matter whether I doubted it. And once I started to see that it didn't matter whether I doubted it, or it didn't matter whether I believed that it could happen to me. Once I saw that it still came to me no matter what, then I stopped doubting. Then I stopped believing, because it doesn't matter. It didn't matter whether I doubted it. It still came. So then I had 100% faith. And at that moment, I was 100% convinced that believing or doubting yourself, none of that matters if you're doing the work. If you're feeling it to be true as you're falling asleep at night and different intervals throughout the day. But the main part of this is what you're falling asleep with at night and creating this feeling state. And it doesn't matter whether you're doubting it or believe it can happen to you. It can happen to you. So the first part about this technique is, of course, is the first element. Okay, so you need to find out what you want. What is that? $100,000, a relationship, your dream car, dream house, just to get out of debt, whatever that is. It's very, very simple. And if you're not sure quite what you want, just picture or just feel something like, where do you want to be in 5 years, in 10 years? What do you see your as if everything went the way that you wanted to go? Everything went perfectly in your life from this moment forward for 5 to 10 years, okay? where would you want to be? What would you be doing? If you could do anything that you wanted and everything was working out for you perfectly, imagine just for a moment, just think, use your thoughts, ask yourself questions, and put yourself in that feeling state when you're asking these questions of 5 years is making it now. So 5 years from now, everything went perfectly from right now to 5 to 10 years from now. And then you had everything that you wanted. Who would that be? Who would you be? And how would you feel? You ask yourself that question. If you don't quite know what you want, but you see yourself at the end and you're not really defining how it all came to you, which is absolutely fine. You create a question. How would I feel 5 years from now or 10 years from now? Everything worked out perfectly. I was living in Tahiti or wherever it is that you desire that you want to be. I'm in my dream house. I drive my dream car. I'm in my dream relationship. I have the dream life. Everything worked out perfectly for me. And now it's all done. It's all fulfilled. How would I feel right now if that was me today, right now, in the present moment? And you feel and you ask yourself these questions, okay, periodically throughout the day and as you're going to sleep at night. And depending on what you're using this for exactly, if you're going to the end like 5 or 10 years from now and you're super successful and you create that scene and you're not defining how it's going to come to you, what will usually happen with that is you will get a specific idea. So be very observant of your inner dialogue because it's changing your concept of yourself. And when you're in a successful state of consciousness, you're going to get successful state ideas. Okay, so when you're in this state of consciousness of this new concept of yourself, be very observant to the ideas that come to your mind because you're going to get one. Something's going to happen in your world where a door may open. You'll be led to something where there'll be some information where you are going to create something or you're going to walk through a door or you're going to do something with your business or another door will open with another business or something is going to happen where you're going to create something and you're going to solve a million problems with one idea. And these are the types of things that happen when you live in the wish fulfilled, whatever that may be. It may be something small. If you're trying to get a gift from someone or have something given to you, then it can be a little bit different. But if you're creating the end result, there's going to be an idea that you're going to get, and you're going to be using the law of thought transmission, and other people are going to get thoughts that are going to go into their minds where they're going to want to use you for something, or something's going to happen where you're going to have an idea for some invention where you're going to make $1 billion overnight, or depending on what level of consciousness that you have created for yourself in the present moment for the future, whatever that may be, how powerful of a feeling state you created from these questions that you're asking. And you can also use this, like I've used this many times, like if I'm trying to get something but I cannot afford something, I will act as if I already have it, but I'll do this with questions. How would I feel right now if this, like my recent testimonial, how would I feel right now if this coin collection was mine? So when I went to see the coin collection, I really took in the ownership of this, even in the three-dimensional world. I felt that it was mine, and I was just, it was like Christmas morning when I was looking at it, and the owners could see this, and this affected their reaction to me. And one of the reasons I believe is why they gave it to me through the law of thought transmission, of course, but the way that I reacted and how I lit up, like the 4th of July, like Christmas morning, like a kid on Christmas morning looking at this coin collection, knowing exactly what every coin is, looking at it, specifically every little piece of it, and being lit up, like a little kid on Christmas. And they saw this and asking myself these questions even after I left. How would I feel right now if that coin collection was mine? That coin collection is mine. It is mine right now. It's in my house right now. I have this coin collection. It is mine. And how would I feel? Asking myself these questions, who am I now that this is mine? And why I tell you this is because you can use this for something that you can't afford. Like if you want something and you just can't afford it, pretend, act as if, ask yourself questions. Who would I be right now if this was mine? And how would I feel right now if this was mine? Who would I be right now? How would I feel right now if this is mine? In the present moment, it is mine. It is mine. It's finished. This is mine. How do I feel right now? And really take ownership in that feeling. Be present in the moment with all of your attention, not thinking about anything else but this feeling from this question. How do I feel right now that this is mine? It is mine. Who am I right now that I own this coin collection, or I own this house, or I'm in this relationship, or I don't have any more debt, that I'm financially free. I am financially free right now. My personality, my character, my concept of self, my identity is financially free right now. And who am I right now in that feeling state? And remember, once you create this feeling, you just have to do the work with repetition periodically throughout the day and ask yourself these questions as you're going to sleep at night. And remember that it doesn't matter whether you believe it can happen to you. It doesn't matter whether you're doubting it's going to happen. If you're doing the work, that's all that matters. And then it will come in its own natural way to you, okay? It's going to come in its own natural way. You don't have to worry about how it's going to come to you. When you're ready for it, it's going to be there. When you are ready for it, that door is going to open. And be very observant of your inner conversations and the ideas that you're going to get. Because when you're in a state of consciousness that's very successful, you are going to get successful ideas from that state of consciousness. So be very observant of that and act on those ideas. When you get an idea for something that no one's ever thought of before, and you're like, wait a minute, this would solve 10 million problems. I'm gonna put this together. I'm gonna patent this. I'm going to create this. I'm gonna start this business. I'm gonna start this YouTube channel. I'm gonna grow this brand. I'm gonna do something. This ideas that come to you from this state of consciousness, act on them and do them and create them. Move. That door is going to open and you need to walk through it. And I'm also going to put a sleep meditation on the screen for you right now. So click on that. Use that. I'm asking you questions as you're falling asleep. It's hypnotherapy. I am creating a passive state for you in alpha, where it's going to create a very powerful feeling state from me asking you questions. The same topics we just covered in this video. Fall asleep to that, but do it yourself throughout the day, through intervals throughout the day. Ask yourself these questions. Get very present and click on that card on the screen, that sleep meditation. Use that every single night until you get everything that you desire.